Hello and welcome back to the Crusades of the Purple Knight. I really should have chosen something a bit less waffly as a title, but there you go. I thought about the Chronicles of Purple, but it was too much like the Chronicles of Riddick, so I left that one to one side. We're standing here for the level 4 episode, looking out over the Saltmarsh village. In the distance there we can see the ruined tower. And we've got the misty sea on the other side. We're standing on the on the balcony of the haunted house. Perhaps not the best of vantage points, but it'll do for our purposes. Okay, let's bring you up to date. The quests since the last episode, I'll put it in the description anyway. We did most of the level 2s in the harbour. The exact ones will be in the description, plus the first part of the catacombs, at which point I realised I'd already done a catacombs quest in the last live, I think, so I wanted to feature something a bit different here. So I thought we'd do it. Did we do a Saltmarsh one in the last live? I can't remember. There's plenty to go at here anyway. You watch, I'll end up picking the same one as I did last time. I hope not. I don't think we featured the haunted house, did we? Maybe we did. Oh, that's not good. Anyway, it'll give me an opportunity. I've chosen this one special because we've got the knock spell as one of our level 2 spells. Knock, blur and web. So defensive buffs and crowd control very much to the fore. I've got no offensive casting whatsoever on there, which is perhaps a mistake, but there you go. What was I going to say? I've picked up Featherfall there because we don't have it on the gear, so I'll just cast it as and when needed, or in my case forget to cast it and die from falling damage. That's equally likely. I have found in one of the quests in the harbour, I think it's the Durks got a secret in the harbour, the one with the 2 kobold brothers. It's the optional ooze at the end that can sometimes drop this muckbane thing. Now, as a caster or ranged, it never matters to me because your weapons never come into contact with ooze. But when you need to start hitting the ooze, we need something to do that with. So this is a basic thing, not ideal because we're a 2-handed build and this is 1-handed. There is a better version that drops in the pit quest, so perhaps we'll run the pit this time, and that's a level 7 quest if you didn't know, in the house beneath. A lot of people don't like that because it's sort of running up and down these sort of spiral things with a room sort of interspersed at regular intervals. Can get quite confusing. What's it called, the improved version? You could find it on the auction house if you were lucky, the Muckbane or the better version. I don't think either are bound to character. Let's just check. Yeah, there's a Muckbane there for 4 shards. I think it's called Muck's Doom, the other one. And I think that's a 2-handed thing, so that would be better for us to have as a swap in for the ooze beating, because the ooze, if you didn't know, really destroys your weapons very quickly. So it's nice to have something to swap into to tackle those things with. Now the wiki says that this no, God, come on. The wiki says that this second core gives ghost touch, but I don't see any mention of that on there. So I've kept our existing weapon for now, the ethereal falchion from the Borderlands, and I've added into it a Ruby of the Snow Peaks, which gives a little bit of cold damage, but nicely it can freeze opponents every now and again and make them helpless, which is very nice when it goes off. And I think it can go off still into late heroic, so it's a nice item to have, especially in the early leveling process. Hopefully I'll be able to showcase that one in the quest to come. I've made a note here, show the skills. Been very lapsed, I haven't shown you the skills I've taken. It'll just be a case of boosting the same ones over and over. So concentration, at the moment we don't have quicken, so that's very useful, but it'll still be useful when we do have quicken, because I think if you have higher concentration, your scrolls have less chance to be interrupted when you cast, so that could be a thing. Some balance, a bit of diplo in case we have a diplomacy check or something to do. Heal, because that works on negative healing as well, and we're going to be dealing with negative healing. Speaking of which, one of you in the comments has very helpfully pointed out that the extend meta magic that we've been putting on our buffs to date also can apply to the death aura line of spells. So there's lesser death aura, and I think there is a greater death aura in the... Oh no, you've got to have the Pale Master capstone for that, so no. But we're going to have lesser death aura and death aura, and I think there's a negative energy burst as well for healing, but that won't apply the extend. So apparently those two can be doubled in duration, which will be very nice, because I think that's the way we're going to have to go for our healing in future. Can't continue to rely on these cure serious potions. We have every single point that we have is in the Eldritch Knight tree. I don't think it's changed too much since you saw it last time. The first two cores, we've got these two spell-like abilities, shield and mage armor. 3 there in Arcane Siphon for extra spell power on hit. We've got 3 in here boosting spell power, so that's reasonably nice anyway, action boost spell power. But now we've got this one as well. When we activate that, we gain also 30 in melee power, which is a really big deal, especially in these early levels when our melee power is practically nothing. Can I see the melee power? Here maybe? Yeah, so we've got 6 melee power, so it's a big boost to the melee power at these early levels. So if I encounter a big group of things or a boss, I've got to be remembering to hit the haste potion and this extra spell and melee power. That would be really nice. Gear wise, I've swapped around a little bit. I've added some fiery gloves there for some combustion spell power. We've got some lightning magnetism boots. So we've got 3 choices now where we have decent spell power for an imbue. We've got acid, electric and fire, all above 100. So depending on the content, like if we have an undead heavy quest, we could swap to fire and do pretty well. These items, where do they... I think they all come from the Saltmarsh, level 3. They probably do, yeah. So the Cinder Fingers and the Spark Souls. Now there are a number of items that can be found in the Saltmarsh Wilderness. It could be well worth running round the rares in the Saltmarsh. There is a map on the wiki of the Saltmarsh wilderness, including the locations of all the rare encounters, if that's a thing that might interest you. Featherfall and knock spells I already mentioned. Reaper points, of course, at level 4. So I've gone kind of all across the board, really. I can respec this later. We've gone for some melee power in the sort of melee tree, 1 hit and damage there. Oh, that's just reminded me, we've got a Reaper strike there, double strike, which I must put on the bar. So now it's 7, 8 and 9 when something big comes. That's the boosting buffs. Or should I just put... maybe I should take those out of there. So I can just press 1, 2 and 3. That's our buff line. Okay. So the Reaper strike there is giving us 30 bonus to double strike chance, or 30% rather, for 30 seconds. So again, a nice one to hit when we've got a tough fight coming. I took strength there. It's what is it? A strength or dex? Dex is no real good to us, but strength for the moment is, because we're using our strength for the hit and damage at the moment on the weapon attacks. Because we had to take some strength to get the two-handed fighting at level 1, we're not that far behind strength versus intelligence. It's only a +2 difference at the moment. So on that basis, I'm not rushing really to get the things in the Harper tree intelligence to hit and damage, because at the moment it won't make that much of a difference to us, I don't think. So we've got a bit of spell power there. Should I really have taken that? I don't think it matters at the moment. We can respec anyway. As I said, there's nothing else that I would have really wanted to have. Spell DC is useful to us, especially for the crowd control stuff. If you didn't know, each of these extra mementos, as they call them, that you take, adds 1 charge to whichever one you've got selected. So like we've got this Reaper strike selected, we would probably have had only 2 charges of that to use in the quests had we not taken these 2 as well, 1 point in each. So that's boosted it up to 4. Yes, I can count. Spell pen, it's not a thing now, but where we're going, it's definitely going to be a thing. We're going to be looking to make big use of Mass Hold for a start, which has a spell pen check. So it's going to be nice to have that in the tree, and some on our gear as well if we can find some. Physical resistance, reflex save, a bit of con, some dodge. So nice to have a few Reaper points. Gives you a nice little boost at level 4 in the Reaper questing. I mentioned already about extending the death aura. Yes, the same person suggested, because I was messing about with a little dart thing for my ranged option. It's the only ranged option I've got, and it's really only for activating levers and such at range. One of you mentioned that I could possibly try and put a point into the Archmage tree and get the... I can't do it, I can't show you the options at the moment because we're in a wilderness area, and get something like Magic Missile for a cheap ranged casting option. At the moment I haven't done it because we don't have any offensive metas like Maximize to use, but in the fullness of time, if we do get that, then I'll consider that, because I think we're probably going to need some form of ranged option at some stage, or we're going to have to avoid quests like Zawabi's Revenge, where it's kind of imperative that you have that. Right, I think that's about it for the waffle side of things. So let's go ahead and get stuck into the quest. I'm hoping that this knock will be good enough to get us into some of the doors that we would like to. There are sort of longer ways round, but it can get a bit painful, at least to me who doesn't know the quest that well. We'll get all the buffs on. I think there actually are a number of undeads in here, aren't there? Shall we switch to fire straight away? Maybe we should. Heroism. Bit of extra spell power. Mustn't forget our rage as well. So the first place I look in here is always in this one. This is the first place the key can be to go onwards. The combination is always this bottom one.
You unlock the trunk.
Oh, there's nobody about. Oh, there are some undeads here.
You hear a harsh wail, and a group of vermin attacks.
Okay, I should probably have done a quest today before leaping in. I was just hanging back as though I was expecting to cast something, and it's nope. You're a melee. Get stuck in there. So no key there. The second spot is in here. So let's see if we can unlock this. Nice.
In the center of this room lies a single torn mattress. A fiddle moves.
Do we not have the... oh, we do. Yeah. Not there either. Okay. So the third place is the puzzle room, isn't it? Which is in here.
A festering infestation has
in the fireplace here.
Spider's den. From the doorway, you can see a glint of metal in the fireplace.
Yes, okay, Lana, let's get ready because this is going to be a pain, isn't it? Come on. Fire is working alright on these, isn't it? And that's the thing of the snow peaks going off. Let's just check the weapon. It's taken quite some wear there. We shouldn't be hitting ooze and stuff with the weapon. But anyway, we've got the key, so we can go through the kitchen area now.
The kitchen is dirty and damp. The stairs up are missing a few treads and smell of decay. The door on the eastern wall is locked with a heavy iron padlock.
They're taking some beating, this lot, aren't they?
The door swings open, revealing a room significantly more damp and decayed. The smell of spoiled wine.
I think we've got some more spiders down here somewhere.
You nearly trip on a bloody, dismembered body in the center of this chamber.
Now this could get problematic. Let's try to drag the things out here if we can.
Taken aback. When you open this door,
I don't want to get surrounded by everything.
Brandishing sharp daggers. You couldn't just take our warnings and go on your merry way back to wherever you're from, could you? No matter. I'll just stop you here. You got moved.
Just don't die. That's nice. Well done.
Where did you say you were from
again?
You're not just any rube. Those idiots set me up. The assassin falls to his knees. It's your lucky day. You get to watch Ned Snakeshaft.
I try to watch the stance that he's in. If he's like in a guarded stance with his sword up, that means there's something about and he won't get full healing.
The assassin crumples into a silent heap on the musty
The
wood
game
floor.
defines something being nearby as being in combat, I think, for the purposes of the full healing in the Reaper mode.
Lanterns and supportive structures line this musty underground passage, suggesting the presence of human activity below.
Colour spray! Help! Blinded him, we got him blinded! Yes, colour spray to the rescue. So you see he's in defensive mode now. He should relax in a second, and that should mean I can... there you go, that should be full healing now. Oops. I meant to do that one. Come on then, if you're coming, people. What is going... Is this lag? Oh my god. Yeah, that was... I'm going to say even I'm not that bad for missing. We've got quite some lag there, haven't we? Okay. Oh, you want some as well, dear? I don't think there's any undeads or anything in here, is there? Let's switch to the acid one. It's our strongest one.
You emerge into a dingy, wet cavern with boxes and containers lining its walls.
Don't like the thought of being surrounded by all this stuff.
Alongside the other merchandise, a robed figure turns toward you and shudders with surprise. I knew that rogue was useless, he says. By our conduct
And having no
accounts,
particular
distract you.
in-combat heal either, that's not ideal.
Of the smuggler's
If
glacier
you've been noticing, I've been trying to kill the things and then heal afterwards.
operation. You should have heeded our warnings and left this
Try and get the dodgy thing on.
The wizard vanishes. With copies of its killer used to disgrace. You'll be dead wrong before you can see.
Oh, I tried the colour spray on the Reaper, I'm not sure I got it. Go on, get him.
Your attack strikes
Nice, nice, nice.
over in pain.
Alright,
How can this be? He asks in a pained voice. Before he can run away, you strike him one
Sapphire of Good Luck, that's a nice one.
The remaining
Minimum level 4.
spiral out of the cavern.
We could actually try and slot that in one of our items.
The gang will get their due in good time. For now,
Uh,
yourself with plundering the
what do we have
smuggler's
that's level 4? Anything?
make up for the treasure you have been promised.
We don't, do we?
A decrepit house stands atop the cliffs. A stiff wind blows
I suppose it gives me a chance to explain this business with the augments. If I put that level 4 sapphire into one of these level 3 items, they become level 4. You can only equip them at level 4. So it means I have to wait, if I ever want to use these again, a full extra level before being able to equip them. So I'm not going to add that in now, but I could add it in the future potentially. I thought that went reasonably well. We were challenged in places, but we seem to be putting out some half decent damage. Not too bad at all there. So the plan now is to continue on with the Saltmarsh, do the whole of the chain, and see where we're at then. So you might actually get a second quest in the Saltmarsh. How much do we need to get to? There used to be a bar here that told you. Does it say? No. Might be 140 some for level 5. Yeah, we're only just into level 4, aren't we? So we have a ways to go. Anyway, I'm cautiously optimistic at the moment with the way it's going. Once we can get something a bit better sorted out for the healing side of things, I think we'll really be going well. But the crowd control seems to be doing alright between the webs and the colour spray. I'm looking forward to level 5 because we'll get another bonus wizard feat there. I was wrong, it's not level 4, it's level 5 that it comes at. And we're going to take Quicken to, especially this colour spray. The wind up is quite slow, and I usually use it when there's a Reaper in my face, so I want it to go off there and then. And I want to know if the Reaper's going to be held or not. Right, I think that's all for this one. Thank you very much as always for looking, and I will speak to you soon. Take care.